what is its role in India's energy transition and the growing push for cleaner energy as we go forward?
Pipeline is one of the best mode of transportation, and more than that, it reduces a lot of carbon footprints.
What are the new pipeline projects that we are executing?
Right now, we are adding one LPG pipeline which is from Haldia to Panagar.
Name one project where you learned the most as a leader and as an executioner.
When I took position in Mangalore as an Mysore solar project, this is one project which has given me overall development both in terms of technical leadership as well as in terms of building teams and winning the trust of people actually.
Pipelines don't just carry fuel, they carry the energy pulse of a nation. Behind this vital infrastructure lies vision, engineering brilliance, and relentless execution. In today's episode of HP Unplugged, we have the privilege of speaking with a leader who has been at the heart of HPCL's pipeline revolution. Shri R. Ramesh, Executive Director Pipelines, HPCL. A civil engineering graduate from Madras University, Shri Ramesh brings with him over 30 years of rich experience in cross-country pipeline design, execution and operation. From leading HPCL's pioneering projects like the Vizag-Vijayawada, Mundra-Delhi and Vijayawada-Dharmapuri pipelines to executing the world's longest LPG pipeline during his stint at IHB, his journey is marked by innovation, precision and transformative leadership. In this conversation, we delve into the future of India's pipeline infrastructure, the innovations shaping the industry and the principles that have guided Shri Ramesh through his remarkable career. Tune in to hear the voice behind the pipelines that fuel our progress.
Hello sir, and welcome to HP Unplugged. We are extremely privileged to have you here as an ex-pipeliner, and to have you here as the leader of pipelines in front of me is truly a great honor. Thank you for appearing for this interview, sir.
Thank you, Sudipto, for this opportunity, and I also thank all the viewers who are watching this HP Unplugged series. Thank you.
Sir, as a first question, taking into view the macro view of pipelines, it is often called the silent lifelines. Transporting fuel across the country in a very very efficient manner. So, what is its role in India's energy transition and the growing push for cleaner fuels and cleaner energy as we go forward?
Yeah, to set the context before, I would like to take the pipeline journey of HPCL.
Sure, sir.
We started with a modest line, which was then called Bombay-Pune pipeline, which is 160 kilometer.
Yeah.
Today we have in our fold 5,300 kilometer of pipeline.
Yeah.
And over the year we have added various pipelines to our fold, and some of the specialty products also like lube, oil, and way back we were the first in the industry to have a heat-traced pipeline for LHHS Santa to actually Vizag steel plant from Vizag refinery.
Right.
Though it's not now running because the fuel is now outdated.
Okay.
In the last year, we have transported almost 27 million tons of
That's a
finished
huge
product
number.
through this network of pipeline.
Okay.
So as you rightly said, yes, they are one of the important infrastructure of the company, and like they are the veins of this company which is always running 24/7. And as you rightly also said, silently operating. Yes, we are silent and we are underground. Many forums I keep telling that we are people who are underground, but we make a difference. And we see that the refineries are running continuously, and we also connect with the refinery with the demand centers.
Right.
To see that these demand centers are having adequate product to meet the customer requirements.
Correct.
So in a way we are silent, but we are able to hear the people loud and clear.
That's very nicely put.
Yeah.
And also we are efficient. Like
Yes, we are efficient.
This is much more efficient than the rail and the road transport that we are
Pipeline
doing.
is one of the best mode of transportation, the safe and economical mode of transportation, and more than that, it reduces a lot of carbon footprints. So in a way, pipeline has been in the greening of the country for a very long time actually.
Long time.
And yes, the new fuels are changing the landscape of the consumer requirements as well as the behavior. The advent of EV vehicles. Okay, now we are talking about even blended advertised fuels.
Okay.
And also hydrogen, which is also in a large way is being right now is planned for rolling out actually.
Okay.
But still the plans are not fully crystallized. But going forward, so in this journey of the changing landscape of the energy requirement, okay, it is always felt that the oil and gas also will continue, but the growth will get limited actually.
Okay.
So there will be a good degrowth, but when the population is rising and the requirements of vehicle and other transportation needs are there, the growth what we are experiencing in POL products will not be that to that extent, but it will continue to be a sizable amount of volume, and these pipelines will continue to serve.
So
Maybe will be some demand
maybe some alternate
slump
fuel
which
can
is
come.
slumps which will come. But what pipelines has been doing for this is that we are also exploring the possibility of repurposing these pipelines.
Okay.
Okay, we are
Like,
thinking,
for example?
We are planning to convert them we are looking into suitability of converting them for carrying gas.
Okay.
We have undertaken an experiment a couple of years back of pumping LPG in POL pipeline.
Okay.
But due to some cost, and other technical requirements, it was put on hold.
Okay.
But now with this advent of new energy forms
Okay.
and the changing landscape,
Right.
there would be a requirement that we will pump gas also in the
Because
liquid
LNG
lines.
is coming into
Yes.
a big way, so they may be
Yes.
required to be transported.
Yes, and the company has added a very huge infrastructure at Chara for the LNG facilities, and this also will be carried through the pipelines.
Okay.
And then we will try to reach out to the various city gas distribution networks. So pipeline will continue to play a role as a feeder lines to this kind of a distributors. And we are also thinking of using green ammonia
Okay.
for
What is
pumping
that?
along with LPG. But this green ammonia is one which is basically which can be used for producing hydrogen at the receiving end actually.
Okay.
The
And it can be
industries
transported through pipeline.
through pipelines. There is a compatibility is there, and in a large way, Japan is going for sourcing this green ammonia from the eastern coast of India.
Okay.
So what we can do in our LPG line is we can start using pumping this green ammonia, which can be used for either converting to a hydrogen form, or it can be used along with the for a co-firing of power plants and other things.
So Japan is using pipelines to transport.
They are trying to source it from India, and that is, I think, is going to go out somewhere from the coast of where the Krishnapatnam port is there.
Okay.
So there are agencies who have been lined up by Japanese for sourcing this green ammonia, and that will be perforce will be transported through ocean tankers to them.
Okay.
But since we have a network of pipelines and we have got so many power plants which can capitalize this and tap on these resources, it would be a good idea to do that.
Okay.
As far as hydrogen is concerned, yes, right now there are a lot of engagement with various premier institutes by the pipeline SBU also along with refinery. This hydrogen is going to be produced using the greener initiatives
Green
like
hydrogen.
green hydrogen, like using solar power for splitting the water molecules.
Okay.
So if that is the case, there is also a thought process whether we should prepare this at the consumption point itself.
Okay.
And there is no need for a transportation.
Transportation then.
Okay. But if you see the survey and the various documents which are come out in the market, there was a study by Terry, okay, which said that in 2045, most of us will see the hydrogen-powered vehicles, the long-haul vehicles will be moving on the highways.
Okay.
If those have to come, and necessarily they have to be fitted with some storage tanks of hydrogen, and then those needs to be supplied either through the network of retails,
Retail outlet,
or maybe there has to be some form of storage vessels which can be like a battery swapping. It can be given and swapped actually.
Correct.
But it is some way to go actually, and we are also keenly watching how the hydrogen landscape is emerging. But there is a challenge of using or pumping or trying to pump hydrogen in this, because it leads to hydrogen embrittlement.
Okay.
And going forward, if hydrogen has to be transported, I think the industry also will prepare for using some composite materials instead of carbon steel.
Okay.
To take care of this kind of corrosion. While we watch this hydrogen landscape, but there are already plans, and there is already a process set in motion.
Okay.
So presently, the HCNG
Okay.
is being used in pipelines for transportation. This is hydrogen is added to the CNG.
And it is currently
It's
in
currently in vogue,
Okay.
and the existing infrastructure is able to take care of that.
All right. Okay.
And as HPCL is trying to evolve into a energy provider from a traditional petroleum sector. Okay, HPCL pipeline also is watching this change, and then we will also adopt and then evolve
Okay.
to transport the future fuels which are going to come.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, yes.
And talking about the future, what are the new pipeline projects that we are executing?
Right now we are adding one LPG pipeline which is from Haldia to Panagar.
Okay.
And we have a market of HPCL, one captive market of LPG which is there in the eastern side.
Okay.
And from Panagar this will move by road right now.
So it will cater to the eastern parts
Eastern
of the...
parts of the thing.
Okay.
And towards the Vizag refinery expansion and bringing in RF facilities,
Okay.
the residual upgradation facilities of Vizag, the throughput of Vizag refinery is going to substantially increase.
Okay.
And the market of Chhattisgarh, the catchment of Chhattisgarh, and to some extent the Orissa also will have to be met by this refinery. And towards that we have started a pipeline laying activity from Vizag to Raipur. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, now we spoke about the future of the pipelines, and also what are the different products we are using, and also the projects that are getting laid. If we have to speak about the kind of technology pipeline has, because one of the most technologically driven SBU is pipeline SBU, because we use pipeline intrusion detection system, then low cost capacity enhancement. So and you have seen it evolve in pipelines. So can you talk about the technology that is being used when we are talking about pipelines in projects and operations?
Yeah, we have over a period of time evolved with this and adopted the technology as and when we had a chance to bring it into our fold actually.
Okay.
As I said, way back we started a heat traced pipeline in 1991 and it was completed in 92.
Okay.
For carrying LSHS, that is low stock.
That's the Vizag.
The Vizag steel plant.
Okay.
So that was designed by Thermon, and it is a fully heat traced and jacketed pipeline.
Okay.
So from that time onwards, we have been in the forefront of adopting a newer technology. Okay. In fact, if you have to look back, our Bombay-Pune pipeline, which is now called the Mumbai-Pune-Sholapur pipeline, was the first pipeline to have a OFC. At that time, even Department of Telecom also was not having OFC.
Okay.
So we were the first to have the OFC, and then we had adopted this telecommunication and also the SCADA, which is supervisory control and data acquisition for even control and leak detection apps and other things.
Correct.
No, going in the same direction, we have taken up a first time in the industry. We have actually tested, and then we have established a proof of concept for these pits.
Pits, okay.
Again for the Mumbai-Pune section of the pipeline. And it was rolled out, and I am very happy to say that HPCL was a pioneer in that, and I myself was involved personally in establishing the proof of concept and rolling it out.
Okay.
Today this pits has become one of the requirement in OSD. Now OSD specifies that all pipelines should
all
have
pipelines across the industry has to have
the pits actually.
And we are the pioneers
We are the pioneers in that. So we have also taken on test drone surveillance, and we have done a solo flight of almost 75 kilometer.
Okay.
And that was the longest drone which was flown at that time, a couple of years back, and it was done in Rewari Kanpur pipeline actually.
So now the surveillance is
now the surveillance is not through drone, because there are certain approvals which are required from DGCA.
Okay, all right.
So because it has to fly at a sufficiently a good height to capture the eagle's view of the pipeline and periphery around that. So we are in the process, and the industry has taken up with DGCA. So it will be some more time for us to roll out that thing. But in a way, I just wanted to say that we have been in the forefront of this technology. If you look at the recently commissioned line of Vijayawada Dharmaburi pipeline, we have 2 smart pumping stations.
Okay, can you explain?
Yeah, these smart pumping stations are stations which will not require any manpower.
Completely.
It can be operated. Okay.
Is it run by AI or something?
It is run by AI plus various other PLC interventions.
Okay.
And once you set in motion, it's like a rocket launch.
Okay.
That once you set the parameters and put it in motion, then it operates, and when the launch takes place, the first stage, second stage, and third stage separates and then puts it into orbit. It is also something similar to that, where the station runs on a smart basis and it corrects itself to the flow rates and adjusts. And then if the parameters are to be maneuvered depending on the requirements of the preceding and the succeeding stations, this will actually try to do that actually. So this is the first in the industry that we have done actually.
So this is a pilot. Kind of thing across the industry.
Across the industry.
So here also we are
pioneers. And we have 2 stations like that.
Okay.
In the Hassan Cherlapalli pipeline, we have a smart SV stations.
Okay.
The SV is called sectionalizing wall stations, which are provided in between the pipeline to isolate in case of any exigencies or for any maintenance purposes. So typically the SV stations used to require a land parcel which is half acre or to 1 acre. But this smart SV stations are very compact. So you don't need a power also, because the actuators are powered by the solar pack.
Okay.
And the solar pack is just placed on the top of the valve itself.
Okay. So you do not need a
bigger
external
power. And when you don't need the external power, then the associated incomer power supply, and also the panels and other things, the stepping down requirement of the transformer and all is not there. So it directly powers it.
And it's cost effective. So
it's very cost effective, and moreover it also doesn't require any human intervention there.
Okay. And land requirement must have
come down actually. So where there is a lot of pressure today for from the farmers to give away their land.
Right.
Okay. And since most of these lines ultimately end up in a developed centers where there is always a pressure on the land.
Correct.
If not for the farming, for the commercial activity.
Right.
So these smart SV stations will play a role actually.
Okay.
And this also has been visited by other oil industry members.
Okay.
Like IOC, BPC, and even OSD people came.
Okay.
And then they had a first-hand feeler of how this works and what are the components which goes into it.
Okay.
Maybe going forward, they will also try to bring it as part of their codal requirements and regulations if it is required, and it may not be mandated, but it may be a recommendatory at this stage.
Okay.
So these are the smart concepts that we are actually doing. Actually, for a long we have been driven into this direction of using technology to the innovation and thing. Each feature of that technology is being exploited, and we are in the process of we have conceived a control and command center where all these lines will be monitored from a central station, and
Okay.
there will be ultimately, the requirement of the operating manpower can be reduced to a large extent.
Okay.
And more than that,
Especially at the remote locations.
hardship locations.
Hardship locations.
And more than the manpower, scaling down, it will be driven technologically through AI/ML solutions. Okay. So where due to fatigue, where the human mind also can, sometime take
Correct.
a decision which is probably not the right or the appropriate or the near about correct decision.
Okay.
These tools will enable to take a right and the most optimized and appropriate decisions if it is driven by AML. So going forward, this is the thing, and the pits.
So can we say that in the future there can be a situation where the entire pipeline operation is being controlled from one command and control center or a nerve center?
Yeah, that is the journey that we have taken up, and ultimately we will be able to control that, and then also monitor the system
Okay.
from a single place, and the choice of place can be anything.
Anything. Okay.
Going beyond this command and control center, this pits is now being monitored physically.
Okay.
So we are also trying to bring in some AI/ML solution. We tried in the past,
Okay.
and the journey had taken some shape, and then in between, it could not fructify because of various reasons. Maybe the algorithm and other things were not supporting. But we are in touch with IIT Mumbai or Bombay
Okay.
to see whether we can build an AI/ML capability to the pits, so which can basically pinpoint and then alert the credible alarms from the alarms which are basically otherwise not we can say benevolent alarms, like
All right.
movement of
Movement of-
people or
Okay.
machinery on pipeline, which otherwise takes place on a regular activity, because we are outside our boundaries.
Okay.
We are in the farmlands and
Farmlands,
lands of
correct. Something or
other
the other
people, and
keeps on
then
happening.
people keep making their own activities,
Correct.
be it farming or other commercial activity they do. So we get a lot of alarms, and we need to identify the alarms which are really matter to us, which are basically intruding type.
We are asking AI and ML to detect between the
Yeah.
benevolent alarm and
Probably an alarm,
Critical
critical alarm,
okay.
which are made with an intent to basically damage
Okay.
the system or intrude the system.
Intrude the system.
Yeah.
Sir, we discussed about a lot of things about the technology that we are having, and also the future of the pipelines. Now we wanted to discuss the opportunities and the challenges that are coming forth in terms of safety, sustainability and digitalization. A lot of things has been covered by you, but if you want to add something to it on opportunities and challenges.
Today, if you see the challenges of any pipeline company is, how do they monitor the system outside their boundary? Okay. So though we have pits, we have a line patrolling man who goes on the line. That becomes a primary challenge for us actually. Okay. Because under the guise of doing some other activity, people knowingly or unknowingly make come and intrude into our system.
Okay.
So this is one challenge. Okay. And this is in the operation field, the ROW.
Right.
But if the same ROW or the right of use is looked into from the project's point of view,
Right.
so today nobody wants to give the land. Okay. There have been cases where pipelines have been delayed for years because of the resistance, very stiff resistance by the farmers. So though we keep telling them that it will be restored back and then given back to that farming activity, but slowly there is a demographic shift of the people actually.
Okay.
People moving out to the towns, and even the villages are becoming urbanized, and people see more value in converting their lands to commercial use.
Okay.
So naturally there is a resistance of giving away their land for a
Farmlands.
purpose like pipeline laying actually. So this is a challenge.
This is a stiff challenge.
This is a stiff challenge. We have been at HPCL, and particularly in pipelines, we have been echoing this at various forums, that there has to be a concept of corridor,
Okay.
which will be exclusively used for pipelines on other
For all
utilities.
companies.
Yes.
Okay.
So this in a large way will alleviate the operational challenges as well as the project challenges.
Challenges.
Okay. But if you look at me, what are the other challenges? The other challenges that look with the change in landscape of energy. There's going to be a situation where this pipeline will take another form of transportation. Like as I said, it can be a captive production and consumption at centers.
Okay.
Like in case of hydrogen. Or you will have other energy forms like solar,
Okay.
which doesn't require any kind of transportation through pipeline and other things. They will have other modes of transportation.
Correct.
The transmission lines and other things.
So like
are
change
already
of
there.
energy basket.
Basket itself will lead to some demand dwindling actually,
Okay.
and there will be lesser and lesser capital getting attracted towards these projects,
Right.
because you will not have a decent rate of return actually on these investments. So this is another challenge which we feel that this is probably is going to come. Okay, and there are other challenges like right now there are a lot of service providers to pipelines.
Okay.
Okay, people who do we have got variable speed drives, then huge motors which are basically in the range of 1700 to 2000 kilowatt, and the pumps which are there, and there are electrical systems. We have got 66 kV substations and transmission lines. Of course, the transmission lines are being managed by the DISCOMs, but the systems in our end is all 66 kV, and they have got massive panels and stepping down requirement of transformers and other things. So what we find is that with the IT sector now coming in a big way, you find that there's a shortage of skilled manpower, because people have been shifting to the IT.
Nobody wants to go to core technical
thing.
They switch over to IT.
Yeah. So though we may not have a challenge per se, because we are basically a technology driven company, and we rotate people, and then we will not get directly affected because of it. But there are cases where we don't get a good support engineers from the vendors. Okay. The skill sets are dwindling actually, and that will be a challenge to maintain and operate the pipeline. Okay. So I think we need to overcome this, and
we need to encourage engineers to take up more technical jobs
things,
than IT.
Or we'll have to give some kind of a skill training to people.
Okay.
Who are at the entry level, who have done some diploma on something like that.
Okay.
Who can basically also step in and
become
do this
a subject
kind of
matter expert.
Okay. With training and experience.
Okay.
So these are some of the challenges that we face. On the safety side, yes, because these lines are operated in the range of 80 to 90 kg, and then pressure, and any intrusion, knowingly, unknowingly, or intentional or unintentional, may cause a havoc. Though we have systems for early warning and even warning of leaks and other things when it takes place.
Correct.
Or someone trying to basically unintentionally come into our way of operations. We have got physical patrolling, people who are patrolling this line, and going forward night patrolling is there, the quick response team is there.
Okay.
So all these things are, but then once it is
still it is there.
If the damage is caused, yes, the safety will be compromised to a large extent, but we are basically prepared for that actually. So I just want to assure people that no, that is an ultimate thing that will happen, but there are a lot of checks and balances before that happens, and our forces on ground 24/7 to see that the systems are operated in the most safest way.
Safest way possible. And it is one of the safest transportation mode as compared to any other modes. If we talk about the statistics.
Yes.
So, sir, now want to discuss a bit about your career. You have been a project stalwart, and you have executed many projects across your career. What are the pivotal moments in your career? And if you have to name one project where you learned the most as a leader and as an executioner, which project would you pick?
While on this subject, I would only recall and thank all my seniors and mentors who have made me sit in this chair today. Actually, I owe a lot to them actually, and also to my subordinates and my team members who have supported me to the hilt and believed on my the thoughts and the conviction that I had. Yes, this is possible, and the belief that management has put on me. Yes, by handing over this projects or to these portfolios to this person, we are safe. So a big thanks to all of them actually. I would register that thank here. Though I keep telling in many forums actually. But they are the people who made me here and made me realize my potential and then made me believe, yes, you can do difficult things. So it is a legacy which was built over a period of time, and it's not that I picked up and I became an expert overnight. No, I've been given an opportunity and I was able to deliver it to the most, in the most expected way, and then what is in the most efficient way, and what is expected out of me rather actually. Right. So I would basically, say that when I took over this. Took position in Mangalore as an Mysore Solar project. That is one of the first LPG line which was basically a cross country.
Okay. So
typically
in the industry as well?
No, it is not in the industry. There were some lines of GAIL and IOCL which was existing.
But for HPCL it was the first time?
For HPCL it was first one, though we had a line which is running from Vizag port to our refinery. That is a small line, but this is really a cross-country line actually, almost 350 kilometers. And the challenges that we had is we had to go through a 22 kilometer of forest.
Okay.
And the forest approval itself took more than 1.5 years actually. The project period which was allowed was 36 months initially.
Okay.
So because the sensitivity of the forest area was so much that in Western Ghats, so we had to go through a multiple round of appearances before the committees to make them convinced, yes, there would be no ecological damage which will be done by this pipeline laying actually.
Plus the elevation
and then it was a ghat which is unapproachable actually. It was a ghat which was climbing in a short span of 10 to 12 kilometers in the span. It was rising up to 1.2 kilometer height actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And thereafter it falls droply and then again it rises.
Okay.
So it's like a roller coaster, kind of a ghat.
Lay the pipeline in those sections.
But we had previously a line which was laid. The Petronet, PMHBL, which was also laid by HPCL as a EPC, EPMC. We were doing a EPMC services to that line actually. And the challenge which was there is that this ghat is infested with a lot of wild animals. So there are identified wild animals which were there, which the forest department also was very sensitive that we should not cause any kind of a damage to them.
Right.
So this area is known for venomous, king cobra.
Oh, okay.
And to even motivate people to go and work there, be it contract workmen or our own employees, was becoming difficult. And we had set in some procedures of that roll calls when people go up in the ghat, when they come down, whether they have come down or not. All those kind of controls.
So going up and down, just explain the kind of like every day people have to go up the hill, do something and then come down.
We were using mostly a 4-wheel drive,
Okay.
which used to go up to certain point,
Uh,
and then thereafter you had to walk.
Walk.
And otherwise we used to hop on to the equipments which are chain mounted,
okay.
like be it excavator or pipeline layer. But what was most challenging was reaching the pipes there actually.
Carrying all those
Carrying
heavy,
the pipe.
heavy
At one point
equipment
in
there.
time, we thought even the pipes has to be airlifted and dropped actually through helicopters.
Okay.
So but then we had made a sledge kind of a thing where pipes were carried in pieces of 1 and 2 pipes actually. So
Okay.
the activity took a longer time, but we were prepared for that, and continuously we were trying to rejig our plans to meet our completion period.
Okay. So tactics have to be changed all the
Yeah.
time
Yes.
depending upon
Yes.
the conditions.
And this area is a very fertile land, and of course there were a lot of coffee plantations, and the coffee growers were demanding a lot of compensation. So what was the matter of experience out of that is not that the compensation, the way you are to tackle them, because large number of people gather for some meeting, and so much of objections and the views and counter views emerged. So ultimately some of these aspects were settled at the level of chief secretary in Bangalore actually.
So you got a lot of support.
So a lot of support from administration. That was a project where it tested my skill, not only on the technical side but also on handling the situations, handling the villages, handling a large group of highly influential farmers like coffee growers. The coffee growers had their own federations actually,
Okay.
which used to come and sit with us for discussions, and their primary aim was so that you please take out this line from this side,
Okay.
so take it to other place. But the entire area is a coffee plantation. There is no way that you can go out of that area and then reach your end point actually. So these are some of the things, and I really thank the administration. They came in full support of us actually. At various level they supported us actually. And that was a period when the new act of RFTCLR Act, that the Land Acquisition Act was getting into a motion, and
Okay. Formed up at that time.
it was getting firmed up. So though earlier cases we were giving the compensation as per the guideline value or DLC rates, so that was the first project where we had to basically tweak the compensation to be in line with the upcoming or there's just going to be in motion, that RFTCLR Act.
Okay.
So there are cost which was involved to that. One side you manage the cost, other side you manage timelines, and then you also have to be with them, because ultimately you are laying a pipeline in their land, and the first line of defense and custodians are they, even for our pipeline. If something happens to our line, they are the first people who are going to inform us, and they are the custodians there actually. It is without their support the lines cannot be safe actually.
Okay.
So we had to build a kind of a relation with them, and then that is the thing. As a leader, it had tested me, and we had other challenges like so one of the pipeline laying contractor could not carry out, and he exited at the early phase. So we had to do a retendering and again bring people, the
Takes
new
time,
set
all
of people.
these
So
things.
you have to take time, and then also it sends a kind of a message across the contractor fraternity, as probably this area is very difficult to handle and all those things. The other important aspect is there is already a running line in the guard section,
Okay.
and we were given a very limited corridor, and we had to do at many places control blasting.
Okay.
So the blasting has to be done very close to a running pipeline which is carrying petrol,
Hydrocarbons.
and at high pressure, and then you have to be taking a lot of precautions. We have installed we have roped in Institute of Rock Mechanics from Bangalore to advise us how to do this, and to design an entire control blasting mechanism for us, to see that no damage is caused to the existing line.
vibrations are. So
And because ultimately it will lead to other kind of safety risk and other things, not only for us, for others also.
okay.
And since we are in the guard, we have been very sensitive toward that.
Right.
So this is one project which has given me a overall development both in terms of technical leadership as well as in terms of the leadership in terms of building teams and winning the trust of people actually.
Sir, thank you very much for explaining that how you underwent all those difficulties and took up such a challenging project and put it up, and what learnings you have had from that. So, as a follow-up question, as a final question, if you have to give one piece of advice to the young engineers who are passing out and who are aspiring to join technical streams and projects, challenging projects like this, so what would you like to give an advice as?
Yeah, in fact, I would, as I said, the skill sets are basically shifting towards IT, and then I think there is a need for us to attract talent towards the core technical sides also. Because unless the infrastructure is developed, developing a company or a corporation or a country itself is basically a paradigm, which will be addressed actually.
For India to grow, infrastructure has to grow.
Yes, has
quickly.
to grow, and people have to be attracted towards this field actually. And I keep writing in my blogs.
Yeah.
So where I have given a very detailed a 7 piece of advice to the youngsters, because that was actually written because a new batch of Samavish people were joining.
Right.
So I went to address them, and then after I was addressing and returning home, I was thinking what else advice I could have given. So that blog is basically a thought process while I was traveling, and then it's captured. But I would say that a pipeline projects or a pipeline operation is a multidisciplinary function
Field.
actually. Okay, it is a function which consists right from it encompasses all kind of technicalities. You take civil engineering, survey, and other things are there. You take mechanical, it is there. You take electrical, it is there. You take instrumentation, it is there.
It is very rich in technical.
You take safety, you take stakeholders management, it is there actually. Like ROU and other things.
Teaches you a lot of skills also, because negotiating with people.
And when pipeline operations are handled by people, they evolve as a rounded personality who have an appreciation for other streams and who are able to handle that. And I can see that a lot of people who have gone out of pipeline, they have shined in their assignments both within the company as well as outside the company. So it is because of the the conditioning and the training and the skill development, both in terms of technical and leadership skills, that they pick up while handling this project. And I would encourage people to come and join and experience. If not make a career out of it, have an experience of it, so that you have a flair of what it is actually, and you are an understanding of that. Beyond that, if you ask me what exactly is the advice that I would give, I would say, I keep addressing the Samavish people, the new joinees who come into our fold or come into the operations, or the corporation rather. This is a phase of learning actually. You pick up whatever is possible. Do not restrict yourself. Stretch your wings.
Okay.
Don't get bounded by your assignment, what it calls for and all those things. Look out more actually. And have a perseverance of what you are doing, and then shine in whatever it is. There is numerous possibilities which are there. Only thing is, we'll have to look at it and embrace the challenge. When you do that, you have a confidence built within yourself. Yes, I will be able to face anything, and I will be able to deliver. Not only in the professional life, but also in the personal sides. You are conditioned to face challenges and tackle them actually.
Gives you that confidence.
Confidence is what is given. And then when you are into the system, and there is a lot of collaboration which is required to be done. So I have an empathy for people actually. Okay.
Right.
So my advice to all the people, I keep telling my own people also. Even a person like a contractor, a vendor, you put yourself in his shoes and see what exactly is it. So he is supposed to deliver certain things to you. What is inhibiting him from delivering that?
Right.
If there are certain things which are decisions which are required to be done by you to facilitate that, please do that. Okay?
Right.
It is not a kind of
Transactional.
it's a transactional thing. It is basically a
Teamwork that we have.
teamwork, which is what
Correct.
they are also stakeholders in your building the infrastructure or also on operating your infrastructures. So I would trust on them and put trust on people, and then it pays you actually. People, once you start trusting people, they also will respond to
Right.
that actually. So these are my advices which I have also given. I invite people also to read my blogs.
And your blogs are very popular,
yes.
and I will encourage all the audience that are watching to go to Leadership Speaks and read your blogs. Your multiple blogs that you have written, I will encourage all of them to please go and read them.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for coming for this episode. It was very enriching. We came to know about what pipeline as a business is, and you covered and touched upon operations, projects, and the technical difficulties, opportunities. And I'm sure whoever is watching it will be extremely enthralled and attached to this, and come to know what pipeline as a business is. So it will not be like a silent warrior. So we are doing what we can for the company, right?
Yeah, we will continue to do, and then thanks for this opportunity, and we will be with the the nation building and with the company's goals of achieving energy security for this great country. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Ramesh, for the enriching conversation and for taking us behind the scenes of India's energy corridors. From innovation to infrastructure, your insights were both inspiring and illuminating. To our listeners, we hope you enjoyed the episode of HP Unplugged. If you found it valuable, do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to explore our previous conversations with other HPCL leaders across functions and regions. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired and stay unplugged.